Good morning. We are cutting into programming right now to bring you breaking news from the city of Buffalo, where right now Buffalo firefighters are battling a fire in downtown Buffalo that's sending thick smoke throughout the city. This is a live look from our tower cam just a few blocks away. We've seen white, gray, even black smoke for the last 20 minutes, even some flames shooting through the roof at some point about 10 minutes ago. Now we're told this is happening at 745 Main Street. That's DC Theatrics, according to Google Maps, which is a costume shop. We do have a crew that just got there a few minutes ago, and we're hoping to get to them in a little bit. But there's another angle of all of the smoke that fire is causing across downtown Buffalo. Right now, a lot of white smoke. Again, 745 Main Street in downtown Buffalo is the building that's on fire. It's a costume shop. So if you are home watching and you see or smell smoke around the city of Buffalo, that's likely where that's coming from. That is the camera that our crew just set up. You can see the firefighters fighting those flames on that building. Again, 745 Main Street in downtown Buffalo. That's near Main and Tupper. Firefighters got there about 20 minutes ago. That's when we heard the call, started seeing smoke, and we could see it from our tower cam. You can see dozens of firefighters from the Buffalo Fire Department there trying to put out those flames on that building. Again, we do have a crew there. We're hoping to get to Keelan Berrien live in a few minutes. But let's just look at this video. And if you're just joining us, we are breaking into regular programming right now to share with you this breaking news out of downtown Buffalo, where a building on Main Street has caught fire. This started about 25 minutes ago. That's when we started noticing the smoke from one of our tower cams. We're told this is 745 Main Street in Buffalo, that it is a costume shop where this fire is happening. Dozens of firefighters have responded and they're putting out the flames. At one point, flames were shooting through the roof, but right now we just see thick white and black smoke coming from that building. Again, a costume shop on Main Street in downtown Buffalo. There's another angle for you from one of our tower cams. The smoke still billowing out of that building. So if you do have to come to downtown Buffalo in the next hour or so, just be aware that this is happening. There are probably several streets blocked off. You may even be rerouted to get to your destination this morning. A third angle for you right through the Aloft Hotel. You can see right behind it, again, the building that's on fire, 745 Main Street. That's near Main and Tupper. If you're driving on the 33, you would probably see this as well. A lot of smoke, probably seen from miles away. White smoke right now. Again, this is 745 Main Street in Buffalo. This fire started about 25 minutes ago. That's when we started noticing the smoke on our tower cams that we use to show you the weather, and our meteorologists rely on them. But this is a costume shop that's on fire. Our angle from the ground there, you can see the flames where Buffalo firefighters are trying to put out this fire, large fire in downtown Buffalo this hour. The name of the company, according to Google Maps, that occupies that building is DC Theatrics, which is a costume shop in the theater district in downtown Buffalo on Main Street. This fire started probably right around 10 o'clock. That's when we at least noticed it. And again, we do have a crew there. That's the camera that you're looking at right now. Keelan Berrien is at the fire gathering as much information as he can. Now, sometimes in this situation, you get there and you're not going to get any information about what's going on until after the fire is put out, obviously, because the firefighters are busy working on putting out the flames. But Keelan will be able to give us a better perspective of what's happening there, what he sees. You can see that the smoke switched from white to black again. The Buffalo Fire Department probably an all hands on deck situation because these buildings are so close together downtown. Anytime you have one of these fires, everybody pretty much is called in. You can see the flames shooting out of the roof again. We don't know how many stories this building is. I don't know how tall it is. I can kind of picture the area where it is. But if it is a costume shop, you would have to think there are a lot of flammable materials in there, and that's why we're seeing this kind of smoke. Again, if you're just joining us, we just broke into our regular programming this morning to bring you this breaking news from downtown Buffalo, where a fire broke out just around 10 o'clock at 745 Main Street, the 700 block of Main. So in the theater district, and Buffalo firefighters responded. They are there right now. That's our angle from the ground. Our crew is there, and we should be getting to Keelan Berrien live in just a few minutes, as soon as he can establish a line so that he can hear us and we can hear him. And then we'll get more information about what's actually happening on the ground in downtown Buffalo. At this point, they also have to make sure no other buildings catch on fire. Right now, let's go to Keelan. Keelan, what can you tell us?
Thanks, Kelly. Right now, I'm out here in downtown Buffalo on Main Street, where you can just see behind me right now, this 4-story high-rise is literally engulfed in flames and a lot of smoke. Now, fire crews did come out and fight the flame at first, but once again, the building just went right back up. Actually, a few minutes ago, part of the building actually collapsed. There's dozens of emergency crews out here, firefighters, lots of people coming into the scene. A lot of people do not know what really caused the fire, what started the fire, but later on tonight, we can tell you a little bit more as we learn a little bit more information. But reporting from Main Street, Keelan Berrien, Channel 2 News.
All right, Keelan, thank you. So Keelan, adding to the information that we already had, he said it's a 4-story building. Part of it collapsed. He said it looked like the firefighters got the flames out, but then it picked back up again, and that fire is going in downtown Buffalo. At this point, of course, firefighters are trying to make sure no other buildings catch fire. But if you had plans to come to downtown Buffalo, or if you're in downtown Buffalo right now, you're probably seeing and smelling that smoke that's coming from 745 Main Street, a costume shop near Main and Tupper in downtown Buffalo, where a large fire broke out just about a half hour ago at this point. That's why we're breaking into regular programming for you. That's our angle from one of our tower cams. That's when we originally saw the smoke, and then we sent our crew down there. There's another angle for you, that white smoke billowing out of that 4-story building that we know partially collapsed. We also know that in these situations, of course, the firefighters need to make sure they are staying safe. So that collapse is probably making it a lot harder for them to put out the flames at this point. And then they also have to take defensive measures to make sure the other buildings in the area don't catch fire. So just be aware, if you have to come to downtown Buffalo this morning, know that there are going to be a bunch of street closures as firefighters battle this fire at 745 Main Street. We will, of course, have the latest for you coming up at 11 o'clock on midday and at 4 o'clock on Most Buffalo. Make sure you follow Keelan Berrien on social media as well, because he is at the fire and he'll be posting updates for you throughout the morning. And I know that that camera's moving right there, but that's our crew on the ground there, right up where the firefighters are. Dave McKinley is there as well, and we may be able to go to him at this point. He's our second crew there. So we're trying to get Dave McKinley for you, and he should be able to bring you additional information. Dave, it's Kelly in the studio. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can, Kel.
Awesome. All right. So what are you seeing at the fire right now? What info can you tell us?
Well, this building, which also fronts both Main Street and back of it, Washington Street, where some of the attack by firefighters is going on. There are several aerial trucks trying to quell the flames within this large brick structure. To the back of it, where I am, appears to be, well, there's a for sale sign on it, and one of the doors is open, shows quite a bit of debris inside of it right now. So I don't know if the back portion of this building was being used, but there's still quite a plume of smoke coming out as firefighters attack on both the north and the east sides of this building with several aerial trucks trying to quell those flames as they continue to try and enter this building where the fire broke out right around 10 o'clock this morning.
And Dave, you've covered a lot of fires. What's this response like so far? Are you just seeing Buffalo firefighters as of right now, or anybody from any other fire departments?
At this point, from my vantage point, now I'm standing on the Washington Street side, not far north of Tupper. I don't see any other fire departments besides the Buffalo Fire Department. but it does seem like they have probably just about every aerial they have, because they have 3 aerials working on the Washington Street side, and I can see at least 1 on the Main Street side.
And what's the condition of the other buildings next to the building that's on fire right now from your vantage point?
Well, on the north side of this building, there's nothing but a small, appears to be a brick outbuilding, so it's not attached on the north side of it. I'm going to take a look on the south side, because you raise a good point along Main Street.
Yeah.
You've got many buildings attached to each other. Now, it is bordered on the south by a more modern brick structure. And it appears that the fire is getting somewhat close to that, but I can't say for sure if it's spread to other buildings.
And I know you have to stay some distance away because we have to stay safe and let the firefighters do their jobs. But I can't remember the last time there was a large fire in downtown Buffalo. I know we've had a few buildings collapse on Ellicott a couple of years ago, I think during the pandemic. But in this situation, this is something that these firefighters train for. Especially they train for it in the cold. What else can you tell us, Dave, from what you're seeing right now? And you said you could see into the building. We do know it's a costume shop, so they have all kinds of stuff in there probably packed in.
Yeah, well, I can see in through the back, which appears to be kind of a warehouse area with a for sale sign on it. So I don't know if the back portion of this building was used. But, just as you were speaking, Kelly, I do see flames rising up through the roof of the back portion of the building as well. So this thing is they're still trying to get this one under control right now.
And this is a costume company that would hold these costumes and then rent them out to theater companies that do productions, so that you don't have to make all of your own costumes for whatever you're doing. What does the age of, is it one of the older buildings downtown, Dave? Because I still cannot picture which building it is. Keelan said it was 4 stories tall.
In the front of it, yeah. In the back portion where I am, it's 2 stories tall for the warehouse portion. I don't see a cornerstone on the building, but it is a brick structure. I would just guess, by the style of the windows and such, that it's been here for quite a while.
Great. Well, Dave, thank you for your report. We'll probably check back in with you in a few minutes. Again, if you're just joining us, we are breaking into regular programming to bring you news right now. Breaking news of a fire in downtown Buffalo at 345 Main Street. It's DC Theatrics that's on fire, a 4-story building. Keelan Berrien, one of our reporters, is there right now, said that he saw a part of the building collapse. Dave McKinley, who you just heard from, said that he could see into the building. He saw that it was packed with stuff, that had caught fire. And we do know that this costume company has been in business for about 39 years, according to their website. And they also provide mascot costumes for a lot of companies, a lot of local companies. So it sounds like this company that has strong roots here in Western New York. On their website, they say they have more than 30,000 costume props and accessories on site. So we will continue following this story. We will have the latest for you, live reports from Keelan and Dave coming up at the top of the hour at 11 o'clock for midday. For now, we'll send you back to your regular programming, and we'll see you in about 25 minutes.